What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of another work week. Yeah, that's what happened. So hopefully you guys had a great week. You guys have some great weekend plans. Be safe. Don't do anything dumb. You don't want to end up on my channel. Speaking of ending up on my channel, I've got a special guest tonight. What is going on, Mr. Grammar School? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, except for discovering that my handle name is misspelled and my name is Grammar School.
Oh, are you talking about what I just brought up to you a second ago?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that later.
No, it's kind of hilarious. So I thought you did that on purpose.
Well, I know the K is on purpose, but the missing R is definitely not on purpose.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Grammar School. Anyways, for everyone who doesn't know, Grammar School has been hanging out with us for a while. He's been in the chat. You guys all know who he is. He has a channel. We are gonna try to get him to 500 subscribers as quickly as possible. That is the goal. He needs a little help though. So let's if my mods wouldn't mind dropping his link. The link is also in the description. If you want to jump into the description of the video, it is there. So let's get him to 500 subscribers so he can start making some money on YouTube. That should be everyone's goal that's on YouTube, right? But Grammar School, you're doing okay? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad I'm very glad it's Friday. This was a strange week, to say the least.
Strange weeks do happen.
Yeah. Yep, at home and in the world. It's good to move on.
It is good to move on. It is. This was a strange week. Yeah. It is a week that I am happy that I was in Canada for. I will say that. But we don't need to go into details. We don't need details. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We're gonna watch a case. We're gonna be in Judge Hesselink's courtroom tonight, and he's got a. You know what? I don't even know what kind of case this is. I feel like this is a child support. It's not a child support case. It's a civil matter, but it was a family court matter. Let me say that, and because nothing in family court's ever civil, right? But it's a dad wanting more parenting time, I think. But this case is weird, and we have an attorney who's just over it. Yeah, it's a very entertaining case. Let's just say that. Just because we're not parties to it, we're watching it, so it's kind of fun to watch. So you ready for that? That was to you, Grammar School. You ready? You ready?
Yeah. Sorry, it was just yeah, I'm totally ready. I was just looking at Jedi's comment about. I realized my mic is kind of loud. I caught that recently, but yeah, I'm ready. Sorry.
I'm deaf, so I can't tell that your mic's loud. So you're good to me.
Cool. I'll push it away from my face. I'm ready. Let's check it out.
How does my mic sound, by the way?
It sounds good to me, but I know mine could be kind of loud. I'm gonna drop it down like 4 inches.
All right. Well, I just got this is my second day with a new mic, so I've been messing around with it for the last for the last 48 hours. So.
Oh, you know what?
Tell me I'm quiet. Okay, hold on. I can actually turn my volume up.
Yeah. Yesterday you did sound a little not like echoey, but it sounded like you were in a tunnel. But I don't hear that today.
I gotta get better at speaking like into the mic. So I've got this like boom mic now, right? So and I just want to sit as just relax and just talk, but that's not how these mics work. Is that better? I turned my output up a little bit. Can you guys hear me a little bit better now? Can you even tell a difference?
I just say just keep rolling and we'll figure it out as we go. It sounds like you're a little closer. Yeah, it sounds like you're a little closer.
All right. I turned it up a little bit more. Okay. Unless someone says I'm too loud, I'm going to keep it at that. All right. All right. You know what? Let's go. Grammar School, thank you so much for joining me. You guys know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Go to, I don't know what that was. That looked like a Furby.
Yeah.
But go to Grammar School. Drop a sub on his. We're trying to get him to 500 subs, so we can do that. Everyone, we can do that. We got this. All right. Judge Hesselink. We got a weird one. Where did my video go? Oh, here it is. Okay, let's go. Oh, and grammar. If I think you know how it is. If you want to say something, just say stop. I'll pause it. So we'll discuss this as we go through. But generally, I pause it about every 5 minutes. But if you have something you want to say, just say stop, and I'll pause it.
Perfect.
All right. I assume Ms. Robinson is back because I can see Mr. Wilson at this point. Is that correct, Ms. Robinson? All right. I saw the hand up raised. So let me get us back on the record. All right. We are back on the record in the matter of Ashley Hofstra and Kyle Wilson. That's file 19-178665-DS. Court took a short recess to take up an unrelated matter. We're back now. Mr. Blumberg, you had just called Mr. Wilson. So Mr. Wilson, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand so I can swear you in. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Blumberg, excuse me, Mr. Wilson, would you state your full name, spell your last name for the record, please?
Yes, my name is Kyle Frank Wilson. Wilson spelled Wilson.
Thank you. Mr. Blumberg, go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson, in February of this year, you were ordered to attend North Country Community Mental Health for a psychological evaluation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you remember or do you know the circumstances that led to the court ordering you to be?
Biggin, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for thank you for all the raiders that came over. Thank you so much, Biggin. This is Grammar School. He's hanging out with me tonight. He has his own channel. I just pinned his link into the top of the chat, and it is in the description as well. We are trying to get Grammar School to 500 subscribers. We can do that. I know we can. Grammar School. Hi.
Yeah, and if you, I'm doing awesome. If you guys do that, then you guys get to watch my wife tase me live, and I'm not too excited about it, but I'm a little bit excited about it.
That is the goal. We want to get him to 500 subscribers so he can start making some money off YouTube. But secretly, we want to watch this guy get tased, right?
Yeah, and I've got a bunch of tasers.
Oh, so she's gonna do like 14 of them at once. Okay, even better.
Yeah, 14. I got a feeling she'll use 2.
All right. Well, that's our goal. So everybody, the pinned link is I have it pinned in the chat, and also everyone say my mic is low. I don't want to turn it up any higher because if I go too much higher, it's gonna be I don't want it to echo. Biggin, thank you so much for the raid. Yep, Grammar School is hanging out with me tonight. All right, you guys see the chat. It's you guys see the link. It's pinned in the chat, and it's also in the description of the video for anyone that's watching this later. We are in Judge Hesselink's court, and we got a weird one. That's about it. That's all I got. All right, let's go.
Evaluated.
Screenshots that were taken out of context of me off of Facebook, which were submitted to the court by Ashley Marie Hofstra.
And did the incident in December, which was videoed, did that have some impact on the order to get you evaluated? Are you aware of that?
I am not aware of that.
Okay, so the posts that you posted, those are the ones that we talked about during the referee hearing. The one that
Heather, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 5 new members. Heather, Thank you. You were awesome. You were also sitting right behind me. I love you.
You had a gun in your hand, is that correct?
An airsoft BB gun.
Okay, but certainly from the picture, you couldn't tell whether it was a real gun or it wasn't, or could you?
Oh, you could, but unfortunately, the plaintiff party took out the context of text, which would have been crucial to that post, which you're referring to.
Okay, and again, you had a number of posts that suggested to the reader that you were depressed and despondent and you didn't want to continue with your life. Isn't that what those posts suggested?
Incorrect, Mr. Blumberg.
Okay, one of your texts was, "I am one step away from a severe mental breakdown." Am I reading that incorrectly?
No, sir, but it is a good thing for me that I stepped away from that one step.
What would that one step have been? A suicide attempt?
Oh, no, we don't talk about that.
Why not?
Well, that's just an unrelated subject to this.
Okay, so I mean, again, I am one step away from a severe mental breakdown. The conditions that you were experiencing at that time, do they continue today?
Oh, no, sir. We have solved and made all of the problems within my brick and mortar company work very smoothly, like a quote, well-oiled machine. So those little stressors which we experienced during those periods of time, which it's been so long now, those are pretty well absolved, Mr. Blumberg.
And so when you made the comment, I don't think people understand that the level of seriousness when I say I don't want to be around anymore, to the uneducated reader, wasn't that a suggestion that you were going to do yourself in?
Absolutely not. But fortunately, I don't have uneducated readers reading my posts.
Okay, you just have highly educated people reading your posts?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in any event, whatever the circumstances were, in February of 2025, you were ordered to present yourself for a psychological evaluation. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you submitted to that evaluation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did you ever have the opportunity to review the report that was prepared as a result of that evaluation?
Yes.
Okay. Am I correct in understanding that you were diagnosed with an adjustment disorder?
That would be what the text reads.
Okay, so other than the text, what else can I read that would suggest that's not accurate?
I don't understand the question, Mr. Blumberg.
Do you disagree with the diagnosis?
I don't think anyone here fully understands the diagnosis, Mr. Blumberg.
I can read the diagnosis and it says you had an adjustment disorder unspecified. My question is, first of all, do you disagree with that?
We've asked the court, we've asked the therapist that was in session in court with us today what that meant, and none of us came to a consensus. So I can't really accurately answer the question that you were repeating.
Okay.
All right, this is a good place to pause real quick. We're only about 10% into this case. It gets weird, guys. It gets weird. Java Puppy, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 10 new members. Java Puppy, thank you so much. That's very generous of you. I appreciate it. You doing okay over there, grammar school?
Yeah, this guy's creepy as heck. I'm glad he's in court now. I don't know. I'm still not 100% sure what he did, but I'm glad that he's in court now before he ends up doing something worse and on the cover of every newspaper in the country, because those are the kind of vibes he's giving me right now.
Oh, just wait till you meet his girlfriend. His girlfriend's up in about, I don't know, 20 minutes. Oh, she's sitting right next to him.
Oh, so we
Blumberg
might
goes
have
to town on her too.
oh,
It's weird.
jeez. It's like a Waco issue almost.
Well, I'm just gonna nod my head and let's move on.
Okay.
I'm not sure I understand your answer. So either you agree or you disagree or you just don't know. Which of
What
the
is
three
what
is
is what is an unspecified adjustment disorder specifically?
Well, I'm the one asking the questions for now. I'm not the psychiatrist or psychologist. You went through a battery of tests and you were determined to have an adjustment disorder. And I'm asking you, do you disagree with that?
We do not understand what an adjustment disorder is, so I cannot make a stance of agreement.
Again, I'm reading from the report. It says Kyle meets the criteria for the above noted diagnosis per the DSM-5 based on prior psychiatric history. So, Mr. Wilson, my reading of that suggests, one, that you have a prior psychiatric history. Have you had a history of mental disorders?
That is not accurate.
What is your psychiatric history, if you can tell us?
I do not have a psychiatric history, Mr. Blumberg.
So this report is inaccurate then?
I believe you might be asking the wrong questions, sir.
So you don't know whether this report is accurate?
What specifically is stated about history that you're asking me about?
Okay, it says that you meet the criteria.
I heard what you asked.
Excuse me, let me finish my question. I thought you just asked me to repeat it. Am I correct? You want me to repeat it?
Continue.
Kyle meets the criteria for the above noted diagnosis, which is adjustment disorder unspecified, based on DSM-5 testing and prior psychiatric history. My question to you, sir, is do you have a psychiatric history that you can tell us about?
No, I do not.
You've never been diagnosed with any other mental disorders?
No, I have not.
You don't have any anger issues?
I do not have anger issues, but if we're referring to the video that we've been questioning, that was a very unacceptable display of my behavior, very short-tempered and very, very short-sighted, and a very one-off of my continued regular character in life and with my daughter.
Mr. Wilson, are you currently in counseling?
Not currently, but I believe I was taking counseling for myself personally with.
Thank you, Heather. For anyone who has just joined us, pop over to Grammar School's channel and drop him a sub. I know he would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. Go drop him some subscribers.
Thanks,
He's hanging out
Heather.
with us tonight. Let's show him some love.
Yeah, I'm really glad I'm not missing this case too, because this is awesome. It's scary but awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get way worse before it gets any better. And just wait till the judge starts talking at the end. That's one of my favorite parts, is when judge is like, done. I'm done. Everyone stop talking. That moment's coming as well.
In the last, and my counselor's name was Stephen Wallace. I do still have his information. It was within the last year and a half, 2 years ago, that I was seeing him regularly once a week. I was scheduling with him for a couple of months.
And what was the purpose of that counseling?
Oh, just to kind of deal with my daily work stresses of, running the brick and mortar business, which I do so, fluidly and continuously.
The report goes on to say that you are going to be discharged with a safety plan. Were you ever provided a safety plan?
Yes, Mr. Blumberg.
And was that a written safety plan of some sort?
No, verbal, Mr. Blumberg.
It was a verbal safety plan. And who provided you with that?
Whoever conducted the psychological evaluation that evening.
Do you recall what the safety plan is?
Yes, Mr. Blumberg.
Can you share that with me, please?
I can. So upon discharging me, the psychological evaluation specialist made a safety plan for me to spend 24 hours under supervision of Miss Celeste Bondi. So we did that.
Excuse me? The safety plan was for you to be with your girlfriend? That was the safety plan?
Yes, Mr. Blumberg.
And that was the extent of the safety plan?
Yes, Mr. Blumberg.
So if I understand, in the event that you should have another episode such as the one that was reflected in the December video, your girlfriend is supposed to provide some type of supervision or safety for whoever else is in the house?
Yes, Mr.
Isn't that how that works? I don't know. Tashina, thank you so much for the 22 months. 22, that is awesome. I can't believe it's that long. You are awesome, Tashina. Thank you so much. Yeah, this one is this one's weird. This one's weird. every time I grammar school. How would you say that name? Germerger? Germerger? What do you think over there?
Germagurg?
Germerger. Germerger.
Germagurg.
Cooling with Colin is my safety plan P. Yep. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that safety plan. That's a good safety plan. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Germerger. Germerger? See, Greg. Maybe it's spelled backwards. Maybe it's Greg Remerge. I don't know. I don't know. All right. I appreciate the super chat. Let's continue.
Thanks, Germagurg.
Blumberg, but luckily we have had no incidents since then.
You've also had no overnights with your daughter that have been unsupervised, have you?
I have.
Oh, just wait, Ramen. Ramen Sluicy. I'm having fun with names tonight. No, Blumberg gets very pointed here shortly. This is nothing compared to what he's about to do. This whole case, again, it's weird. Let's go.
Had zero overnights whatsoever since the December incident, not one supervised or unsupervised.
You're aware, are you not? Or did you learn today for the first time that your daughter is afraid to spend overnights at your home in the bedroom that you're making her sleep in?
No, she made us well aware of that. We were working on that avidly, actually, and we were starting to make some progress until all of this occurred. But yeah, her sleeping alone upstairs in the bedroom is something that she has expressed over and over with us. And so we're trying to work on her with it. So what we're going to likely do, once we have her for overnights again is just, well, Celeste's room is right next to hers. So she'll just sleep upstairs with her, keep the doors open, things like that. But those are things that we'll have to work on with our daughter in real time, tangibly, when those things are going on again.
Have you ever reached out to your daughter's counselor to find out if there are issues that you could assist in or participate in any time?
We have not yet reached out to Miss McMasters.
Is there a reason why you've waited to do that?
Well, she's only been seeing her for a little while. Not a reason. No, I can't specify a reason, just kind of got to get to that. But yeah, we will follow up with her.
And sir, are you on any type of prescribed medication?
No,
You're not being treated by any healthcare individual?
not for a psychological problem. The only medication and the only medication that I'm taking is an anticonvulsant called Keppra.
Do you have epilepsy?
I was diagnosed with epilepsy some years ago, yes.
Make sure I understand your testimony. You don't understand what the diagnosis from the psychological evaluation. You don't know if you have an adjustment disorder or not. And the safety plan that was put into place was a verbal safety plan whereby your girlfriend has to be present. What happens when you have another one of these episodes? What is Miss Bondi supposed to do?
Objection, Your Honor.
that-
Calls for speculation.
That would be a question for the psychological evaluator.
Judge, it's part of the safety plan. I'm assuming the safety plan requires some other person to step in and take remedial action.
The safety plan was for 24 hours following his release.
All right. The question was,
I have no idea who's talking right now.
Yeah,
So-
I picked that up too because it's Brooke R. Robinson that's talking. And I was like, wait, where's his lawyer? And then I realized they're sitting in the same room.
Yeah, there was a part 1 to this that I tried to grab because I was watching this. And And once I realized there was a part 1, I went and tried to grab it real quick, but they took it down. I was too late on grabbing the first part. But we don't need it to understand what's going on, so I wasn't too heartbroken. But now it makes sense. So he's in his lawyer's office. There's a P number next to the name of the camera he's in front of.
Yeah, because I tried Googling him during this, and I was like, wait, it says I don't think his name is Brooke. Maybe it's his girlfriend's name, and then it pulled up a lawyer. I was like, oh, okay, they're sitting in the same room.
Yeah, his girlfriend's next to him. They're sitting at yeah. Okay, we're piecing this together. We'll figure it out. While we're paused though, Andy, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm going in the basement before he puts me there. Yeah, going there voluntarily might actually help. Might help the situation. I'm getting the same vibes. Thank you so much, Andy. I do appreciate the super chat.
What happens if there's a future incident, which I think is a relevant inquiry into this this person's relationship with the child. So, Mr. Blumberg, please ask the question again. Mr. Wilson, listen carefully and answer the question.
So, Mr. Wilson, in the event that the behavior that was demonstrated in the video was to occur again, what remedial action would be taken by anybody in your household?
Oh, well, easily Miss Celeste Bondi would intervene and de-escalate the situation, and probably remove me from it for a very short period of time until everything was right on back to normal and completely de-escalated.
You understand, do you not, that the recommendation of the referee would provide you with overnight parenting time, unsupervised, 3 weekends a month? Is that your understanding of the recommendation?
That is.
And you think that that is in your daughter's best interest at this point in time, given the trauma that you've created?
Correct, sir. Yes, she has actually lost enough time with her paternal father at this point through all of this, so it's time to stop all of this.
Even if your daughter isn't ready?
Oh, she's expressed to us that she's ready. We have video of that, actually.
Judge, I don't have any other questions.
Ms. Robinson, do you have any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
So when you were picked up in February for your mental health evaluation, the Facebook posts that were used describe you as saying, I'm a step away from having a mental breakdown. The supposedly attempt at comedy, the gun picture, things like that. When were those posts made?
Well, the most recent of all of the posts that you just described in question would have been the BB gun one, which I guess I can't throw a dart at a board, but it would have been within the last year. But the other posts in question would have been within the last 2 years to 2.5 years.
Do you remember exactly when the particular post, the I'm one step away from a mental breakdown post was?
No, I don't think this is a custody case. I think he's trying to argue for parenting time. I think that's what's going on. I don't know though. I've only watched about 50% of this and thought it was good. So we're watching it. Yay! You doing okay over there, Kramer?
Yeah, I have no idea. At first, I thought he was just going to have a counselor at his house because he's angry. And now apparently somebody's there for 24 hours because of the kid. So yeah, I guess it's parenting time or something related. Still not 100% sure, but that's it looks like that's where we're trending.
Yeah. I don't really have too much backstory to this. I missed part 1, like I said a minute ago. I started watching this during part 2, and when I went to get part 1, it was already taken down. So this is what we have. But like I said, we don't need it to understand what's going on. I guess we kind of do. I don't know if it's a custody or what they're actually arguing about, but we're gonna piece it together. I promise. We got this. Between Grammar, myself, and the chat, we got this.
I think we're looking at over a year, well over a year on that now,
From the date that
that it was posted.
you were picked up?
Oh, ask the question again. I'm so sorry.
How far back was that post made compared to when you were picked up?
We'll call it a year.
About a year. Was that indicated on any of the documents that were submitted along with the petition for mental evaluation?
Yes, the screenshots were
Were the
included as to when I was taken, that was what was provided to me as well. I think as evidence.
were the dates included on those?
No,
Were the years included on those posts?
no.
So in fact, the evidence that was provided to get your mental health evaluation was extremely
Yeah.
old.
Right. It wouldn't have constituted as evidence for an immediate mental health crisis, not by any means nor stretch of the imagination.
Thank you. Again, we'll go back to the diagnosis from the DSM-5. What is your understanding of that diagnosis?
What's been asked, Judge, he said he didn't understand it.
What is your understanding
allowed-
of what was
Hang on.
described?
Whoa. I need to make a ruling before we start asking that question or another question. So I believe that she's allowed to inquire on cross-examination into a question on direct examination. So she's allowed to do that. Go ahead, Ms. Robinson.
What is your understanding of the diagnosis?
I've not even really a limited understanding of it, but I would imagine from the immediate release and very tentative and limited short follow-up plan that it wouldn't be severe.
Do you feel qualified to say whether you fit that diagnosis?
I am not.
Thank you. Can you also give us context on the coffee incident? Was that before or after the December incident?
Oh, that was far before the December incident.
When was that?
I'm gonna say it was within a year before the December incident.
Okay. And what happened?
Java puppy, go hide. They're talking about the coffee incident. You don't want to be here for this. I don't want to be here for this, but I know you don't. I mean, Tommy's scared too. I mean, Java puppy, Tommy. I mean, yeah. I feel like the coffee incident's gonna be bad.
Happened at that incident?
I pushed too hard on my French press depressor, and then it shot coffee onto my hand and my pants, and so I screamed and I yelled and I kind of ripped my pants off. My daughter got scared at my very loud, deep, booming voice, so especially when I'm talking outside of a room setting, So anyways, she kind of ran off to her room. I noticed it immediately, and I was like, uh-oh. So I went and consoled her. I sat down with her in her bedroom. I held her. I hugged her. I said, I'm very sorry about that, and that, it was inappropriate of me. I actually told her that, and she told me it's okay. And then so we just kind of, moved on with our day after that. But I made sure to address it immediately with her.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Any follow-up, Mr. Blumberg?
I do not, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Blumberg, do you have any other?
I've never used the French press until I got here. Heather has one, so I use one every day now. It's different. I can see how you could accidentally do that. I really can. I don't know why you wouldn't just have a normal coffee pot. I'm gonna say that. Heather is out of the room, so I can say that without getting smacked in the back of the head. So okay, we're good.
Other witnesses or evidence?
I don't at this time.
All right. Ms. Robinson, do you have any witnesses or evidence that you wish to call?
I'd like to ask a few questions of Celeste Bondi, who's been sitting in my lobby patiently for a while.
Certainly.
I will say that I was worried about that too when I first started using the French press, but there's no coffee grounds in the coffee. There's a little bit of sludge at the bottom, like after you're finished with it. If you finish the actual, the whole pot, there's like a little bit of sludge, but that's kind of the case with any coffee. But yeah, there's no coffee grounds though. I have not had that issue. Gives you the Gibbs. Oh no, she wouldn't have touched me. She probably would have just came to the mic and told me how dumb I was. You would have heard it. Something, I don't know. She would have spoke up if she was in the room. I'm still waiting for her to walk in. She's doing her night routine now because she's getting ready for bed. You doing okay over there, Grammar?
Yeah, I don't even know how to make coffee. How do we remember this guy's name?
I don't. I mean, I can rewind it if you want me to.
No. I just figure maybe they'll bring it back up.
They'll probably say it. If somebody in the chat wants to just rewind to the very beginning of the video, Judge does say we're back on the record with so and so. So if someone wants to do that and grab the guy's name real quick, I think Grammar wants to look him up. I think a lot of people want to look him up actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know he kept saying we. Yeah, if someone could do that, I would appreciate it. Oh, it's girlfriend time. It is girlfriend time. This is when it gets fun. Blumberg wants nothing to do with her.
We are prepared to proceed.
Ms. Bondi, this is Judge Hesselink. Would you raise your right hand so I can swear you in? You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. State your state your full name and spell your last name, please.
Celeste Marie Bondi, Bondie.
All right, Ms. Robinson, before you begin, could you tell me where the people are sitting in your office at the moment?
Yes. Mr. Wilson is right here. Ms. Bondi is right here. I am right here next to the computer.
Is there any way to separate Mr. Wilson and Ms. Bondi a little bit more?
Absolutely. He can go out into the lobby.
No, he's entitled to stay because he's a defendant, but I
Well,
just
he can
don't
come
want
over
him.
behind me then. I've got another
All
spot
right.
over here for him.
I just don't want to have there be any issue of whispering or hand gestures or anything like that. Not that
Understood.
would happen, but I did see, the reason I asked was because I saw his hand, or what appeared to be his hand in the view when she was sitting down. And I just thought it was a little inappropriate to have the defendant and the witness that close to each other. So thank you very much. Go ahead with your questions, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you. Ms. Bondi.
Oh, I so hope you get picked. I'm jealous. I want to do jury trial. I want to do jury. I want to do it again. That's what I want to do. I only had to do it for one day. I was served. I was supposed to do it for a week. They only called me one day. I'm jealous is what I'm saying. Hopefully, if you don't want to do it, hopefully you don't get picked. If you want to do it, hopefully you get picked.
Yeah, I wish I had my last chance back. The last time I had it was a murder trial, and I fell asleep during the during the selection process. The judge didn't like that.
Yeah, they kicked your ass out, didn't they?
Oh yeah. In fairness, it was like 2 or 3 weeks after my son was born, and I was just exhausted every day, and they understood. They didn't really get too mad at me.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, they won't hold you in contempt for that. I got held in contempt. I got held in contempt for missing jury duty. That's a story for another day, but that was fun. I had to do 8 hours of community service for missing jury duty.
What? Is that like an Ohio thing?
Yeah, well, it was that court.
Jeez.
It was while I was going through a divorce. I got the way that where I used to live, they did it. It was like a little postcard they would send you, and I mean, it just got lost in the mail. Like I didn't ignore it. I just didn't see it, and when the the court summons came in, I saw that one. That was an actual letter. And so I saw that and I looked at it like, how did I miss jury duty? And then I started going through my mail and I saw it. So I'm like, fuck. So I went there and the judge, there were 2 other people with me there. So it was me and 2 other people that missed it. And the judge was like, I'm giving you guys 8 hours of community service. You have 90 days to complete 1 day of community service. So I just did it the next day. The very next day I did it, just knocked it out. But yeah, I had to pick up trash on the side of the road for missing jury duty. And then I moved out of Cincinnati. And like within a week of me registering my move, I got jury service up here, or not up here in Canada, but in Ohio where I live. And I actually served it. I was like, I'm not missing this again. I'm not picking up trash ever again. All right. That was a long answer to that. Let's keep with the video. Let's keep going. That was way too much personal information.
Were you present the night Mr. Wilson was picked up and taken to the Petoskey ER for a mental health evaluation?
Yes, I was.
Were you there the entire night with him?
The entire night I was there.
Did they give you a safety plan at the
Yes.
end of the night?
Yes, they did.
Did they give you a written safety plan?
No, it was verbal.
What was the safety plan?
The safety plan was to stay with him for the next 24 hours in the event there was any changes in his mental status, and if there was, to come back to the ER.
Was there any change in his mental status over the next 24 hours?
No, there was not.
That is all I've asked, all the questions I have of Miss Bondi.
Mr. Blumberg, any cross?
Yes, thank you, Judge. So, Ms. Bondi, you are, I'm assuming, a live-in roommate of Mr. Wilson?
We live at the same house. Well, that's correct.
Okay, and the 2 of you have a romantic relationship?
Yeah. If you're curious, sure.
Okay. Were you with him in that night in December of 2024 at the exchange where he was attempting to pick up his daughter for parenting time?
Yes, the video was recorded from my car.
So you were present and witnessed that behavior, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how long had you and Mr. Wilson been a couple since prior to that?
So that would have been 5 years prior.
So you've been together for over 5 years up until the
For
time?
about 6 years now, yeah.
Okay. So the behavior that was demonstrated by Mr. Wilson in that December evening, had you ever seen him act in a manner consistent with that?
No. Now, he has a loud voice always. That is his voice, but not to be upset like that. He's also never been threatened like that, to my knowledge, not in front of me.
Okay, so my question simply was, have you ever seen him act in a manner like that prior to that evening?
Nope. No.
Okay. Were you taken back or fearful of him as a result of the way he was acting that evening?
No.
You didn't think that behavior was extraordinary in any way?
I was surprised by the withholding. Then I was surprised by his loud voice, but I wasn't fearful in any way.
He was screaming, was he not, at the top of his lungs?
He was, but he was not yelling threats. He was simply yelling.
Have you
was
seen
upset.
videos since the night that it happened?
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
What was your, I
Cross-exam-
don't know.
Hang on. It's cross-examination. He's allowed a little leeway. You can ask the question.
Have you reviewed that video since the night that it occurred?
Yes,
And when would you have most recently reviewed that?
I've reviewed it multiple times.
Okay. And so every time you look at it, you're still not looking at that and saying that is inappropriate, improper conduct?
Is that what you asked me?
No,
You
but that's
asked
what I'm
me-
asking you now.
I don't think his conduct was appropriate. I
Okay.
think you probably would agree.
And do you have any idea the impact that that incident had on Amethyst?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you would acknowledge, would you not, that she was at least traumatized to some degree to see her father acting in that type of way?
I think the door was shut for the majority of it and the children were inside, but certainly
Oh, she is she is so standoffish. I love it. No, it's not good. It's not good. But it's gonna create conflict in a second. Michael, thank you so much for the 14 months. I appreciate it. You are awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey, who's the plaintiff?
Plaintiff is probably mom.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess, but we don't hear from her at all. So Blumberg is mom's attorney. Everyone in the bottom right is obviously the same group, right? So, yeah. But yeah, I'm assuming plaintiff's mom. Quick court clips. Thank you so much for the super chat. Good to see you. And hi, right back. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. You guys ready? You ready? Any other questions? Let's go.
No, but I think it's funny. Clip Clap and Cheshire talking about questioning having an abnormally or having too many cats.
Yeah, having an abnormal amount of cats. I know. The second I saw Clip Clap say that, I'm like, oh, Cheshire's gonna chime in on that one. It's good. I love the chat. The chat's awesome. Anyways, speaking of chat, if anyone hasn't jumped over to Grammar School channel and subscribed, go do that. His link is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description. There's no reason why you can't go over there and drop a subscriber. No reason. Go do it. Go do it. We want to try to get him to 500, hopefully soon, so we can watch his wife tase him. That's what we want. We want to see it. I mean, I want to see it. I don't really care what you guys want to see. I want to watch him get tased. So do it for me. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
any child would be upset to have their parent upset. That's expected. Yes.
And so you've been acting as this supervisor since the referee hearing so many months ago during parenting time for Mr. Wilson. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And were you and Mr. Wilson aware that that his daughter was in counseling with Kathleen McMasters?
I was aware after I made a CPS referral. I'm a mandated reporter, just like any other counselor. So if I suspect abuse, I'm required by law to report it. So I've been aware that she received counseling at the school after a CPS complaint was filed by myself, and that counseling started at the school.
So wait a second. Let's back up. First of all, you are a counselor? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I said I'm a mandated reporter, the same as a counselor. Like if myself, I have a medical license, if I suspect abuse, I'm required by law to report it the same as anybody like a counselor is. I was just trying to explain the process to you.
I'm trying to understand what you're telling us. And that is, first of all, you have a medical license?
So I'm a licensed physical therapist assistant and I'm a licensed nursing home administrator. Both of those make me a mandated reporter, where I'm required by law to report any suspected abuse, which I did. CPS did file the referral, started counseling at the school. And then I'm aware that at some point in time later, Ashley didn't share with me, or Kyle, but at some point later, she did take her to Old Town Psychiatry, a place that we had requested that she do for some years, actually.
So, and again, you're not the child's stepmother. You and Mr. Wilson are not married, are you?
No, we're not.
But you have involved yourself in this process. Is that
I
correct?
actually was involved myself, as you could see from text messages. We've been co-parenting for years.
Co-parenting, because I understand that
That's what Ashley calls it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mhm.
I understand that Mr. Wilson doesn't even speak to the child's mother anymore and doesn't respond to text messages. Is that correct?
I would not be aware of his text messaging her or not. You would have to ask him that.
So when you talk about co-parenting, are we talking about you or are we talking about Mr. Wilson?
Ashley made it clear to text that she no longer was willing to co-parent with me.
And because
I've done
you're not legally involved in this case, correct? You're his
Well,
girlfriend.
I'm sitting in front of you, so I'm legally involved as far as this court proceeding goes.
You are Mr. Wilson's girlfriend. You are not the stepmother, and yet you're interjecting yourself into the co-parenting of this child?
No, sir, I'm not interjecting myself. I am a woman. I'm a woman friend of Kyle's. And when I've been asked to supervise, I don't think I'm interjecting myself. I think the court has asked me to supervise.
Okay, and you have been doing that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you aware of any phobias that Amethyst has about sleeping overnight in the area in Mr. Wilson's home that you have her sleeping in?
I know prior to December 20th, 2024, that Ashley asked that Kyle move his bedroom upstairs because Amethyst was having fear at night, which is quite normal at the time, before she turned 7. So 6 years old, fairly normal to be fearful of the dark. Most adults are fearful of the dark. And the best thing that adults should do is help that child learn that they are safe and cared for, and help them work through that difficult situation. It is hard as a child, but they do need to be supported and nurtured, and not told that they can't do it, that they're not going to ever be able to sleep through the dark. You simply do the little extras, leave the door cracked, put a night light, read them stories till they fall asleep, things of that nature. And that's what we did.
She continues to, if she were to spend overnights, she still would be sleeping in that same room.
No. The short answer, no. Judges won't usually fall for it. But if it becomes out of control, they'll stop it. They won't allow it. If a lawyer's trying to just play games, the judge will stop it. But I don't think Blumberg's playing games. I think he's generally concerned. But this is also kind of, I've seen this more and more of him. He usually doesn't say that much, but for whatever reason, this last week, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I feel like he's been on edge. Maybe he needs a vacation. You guys remember when Judge Washington needed a vacation, and we were all like, "Man, like she's getting kind of angry pretty quickly. She needs a vacation." And then we didn't see her for 3 weeks. Yeah, it was vacation time for her. It might be vacation time for Blumberg as well. I don't know. I honestly don't really care. Hopefully get some rest though. You doing okay over there, Grammar?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you're gonna say that again. Yeah, it sounds like she's stepmom, and
Yep.
this just gets thicker. And Blumberg needs a way to digitize those files behind him. And Casey Stenson hasn't changed her facial reaction this entire time.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're on the same page. Yeah. No, there's no prosecutor here, guys. This is family court, so there's no prosecutor, there's no state, there's nothing. Blumberg is the attorney for mom. The attorney for dad is in the room in the bottom right hand corner. So there's no prosecutor here. This is family law, family court.
With nobody on the same floor. Is that correct or not?
No, that's not correct.
Because you've moved up there now?
Yeah. Do you want to know why?
No, I don't.
Okay. Jeez.
You find this very humorous, do you, Miss Bondi?
No,
Oh, I do. I find it humorous. You want to know why? No, I asked the questions. Stop asking me questions. You find this humorous? We're finding this humorous.
your answer was interesting.
And you're a physical therapist assistant? Is that, do I understand your expertise?
That's one of my expertise.
So neither you nor Mr. Wilson have reached out to the child's therapist to find out how she's doing or whether or not Mr. Wilson should become involved in those sessions. Is that?
I fully expected the therapist to reach out to us. We've never been shared by Ashley any contact information, the fact who her counselor was. Ashley's never shared any information with us.
You have no legal standing in this, but
No.
Mr. Wilson has joint legal custody. Has he made any formal inquiries, do you know?
You would have to ask him that question.
Okay. So after were you privy to the psychological evaluation report that was
Was I
done?
privy to whose psychological evaluation report?
Did you review it?
Whose? Which one?
What, did you have one on yourself?
I'm asking you what you're referring to, sir.
We're talking about Mr. Wilson's evaluation.
Yes, I did.
Okay. And so you read it, I take it, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And he was diagnosed as having an adjustment disorder unspecified. Mr. Wilson didn't seem to fully understand what that meant. Do you have an understanding?
I think it was referring to the fact that he was upset with the situation, that he was held at the hospital for 8 hours with police in public in front of clients that could affect his business. I think the adjustment to that was what they were referring to, that he was upset. Rightly so.
Did you have any discussions with anybody that performed the evaluation as to what it meant?
The discussions that I had with multiple people was related to the possibility of it being retaliatory.
So you had no information relayed to you, or did Mr. Wilson, as to the diagnosis and what it meant?
No, and I don't believe that's a diagnosis.
It says provisional diagnosis right on the report.
Provisional. What does that mean?
Well, I didn't prepare it. I would have thought that if Mr. Wilson wanted this court to understand that he no longer has the issues that were displayed in December, that he would have somebody here today to testify to these things. Does Mr. Wilson have any witnesses here today other than you?
Are you talking to me? Are you
Who
asking me
am
this
I
question?
talking to? You're the witness.
You're asking me if he has other witnesses? I think you should ask his lawyer.
Well, I'm asking
You're
you,
responsible
ma'am.
for that.
You live with him. You're here today testifying on his behalf. To your knowledge, are there any professional people here to testify to Mr. Wilson's emotional and mental stability?
There's other people on the witness list. They're not physically present.
Judge, I have no other questions of this witness.
Ms. Robinson, any follow-up?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you may step down, ma'am. Ms. Robinson, any other additional witnesses or evidence?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, that was weird.
Mr. Blumberg, any any rebuttal witnesses?
No, Judge, we do not. Thank you.
All right, I'll hear close.
I could listen to Blumberg talk to that question, that lady that we just heard. I could listen to that for an hour and a half. To me, that was hilarious. I know it's not supposed to be funny, but I found it funny just because how standoffish she was and how so she was like standoffish, but he's talking down to her. So it was, to me, that was a very interesting conversation. I could have listened to that all night.
Yeah, it sounded like it's a little bit personal, but what I don't understand is why Blumberg was asking her the questions he was asking her. It sounds like the only reason he was asking her is because it was personal. I mean, he was asking her medical questions or questions related to the diagnosis, which I don't think she has any standing to answer those questions. And then he was asking her questions about the other potential witnesses, which I don't think she has standing to answer that question either. It just sounds like he just really doesn't like her.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong. But she is claiming to be his like lifeline, right? Like the dad's lifeline. If he goes through an episode, she's the one who is going to be there to calm him down. That's what she was saying, or that's what the attorney was saying. So Mr. Blumberg fighting on behalf of his clients, like, no, like I'm gonna drill you with these questions to prove that you're not capable of this. I think that's what his whole stance was. He was going to drill her to. I think he was trying to rattle her, is what he was trying to do. And she wasn't rattled. She was just she was the exact same the entire time. Just, I mean, that's not someone that I want to have a conversation with. She seemed kind of like someone that's going to ask for my my supervisor the second she gets a no. But yeah, so I think Blumberg was just trying to get her rattled just to prove that she couldn't be his lifeline, and it didn't work. That's just my opinion. That's all I'm going to say about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, he did seem a little forceful, and she seemed standoffish. But it was entertaining to me.
It'd be funny to see those two at coffee together.
Yeah, right. All right, we still have about 20 minutes left, so let's try to knock this out. We're at the hour mark, and I like to go for an hour and 15 minutes. So let's get it. Speaking of getting it, have you guys subscribed to Grammar School yet? Go do it. Go do it. You won't be disappointed. I was hanging out there earlier. It was a lot of fun. And he wears a really cool pink hat backwards, and he's gonna get tased. So what's there not to like?
Closing arguments from both counsel then, starting with Mr. Blumberg.
Thank you, Judge. I am just astounded I continue to be astounded by Mr. Wilson and his attitude towards this case. He seems to be put out by the fact that his behavior is evidenced by the video he claims is a one-time isolated incident. He's been diagnosed by a professional person with a disorder that he either denies or doesn't quite understand. What's clear from Ms. McMaster's testimony is things have not appreciably changed since that incident in December. The court, on an interim basis, over our objection, or along with our objection, the court suspended the parenting time on an overnight basis. This child still is not ready to go back and be subjected to be in the household with Mr. Wilson, still subject to the same behavior that he demonstrated, and Miss Bondi, who apparently is there on a full-time basis as the supervisor. She is also basically diminished the behavior or indicated that the behavior wasn't that extraordinary. I am flabbergasted that these two individuals can look at that video and say that this child is not fearful of him. She is. And what we would ask the court to do today is to continue the parenting time as recommended by Mr. Legal on a different basis, that he have the 3 weekends a month, but for daytime parenting time from 10 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. Amethyst is still fragile and traumatized by her father, and she is not simply ready to be spending overnights at his home. And frankly, Your Honor, with all due respect to Ms. Bondi, I'm concerned about her acting in that capacity. She has displayed a lack of care, at least emotional care, for this child. So if we can agree on a different supervisor, we would ask the court to consider that. But those are the modifications that we are asking the court to make to the recommendation made by referee legal.
Ms. Robinson?
Thank you, Your Honor. My client is a fit and proper parent. We have an incident that is now 9 months removed from where we are today, a singular incident that Mr. Blumberg's client used to justify withholding the child for nearly 6 months. My client has missed out on, we've done the math, 54 and a half days worth of parenting time with his daughter this year. They've had this parenting time agreement in place since 2019, and things were going fairly smoothly with no incident like this until December of 2024. Again, we have a singular incident, and Ms. Hofstra has spent the time since December 2024 trying to get my client declared mentally ill. She tried to get it with an ex parte to get his parenting time removed in December of 2024. Then she petitioned the Emmett County Court with the same evidence that wasn't persuasive to the Otsego Court to have a mental evaluation.
Ms. Robinson, is any of that in our record today, or
Yes,
from
it
the
is.
referee hearing?
Yes, it is.
Where?
The timeline has been all throughout our record.
I'm here on a review of the referee hearing and then today's evidence. Where in the referee hearing was anything mentioned as to Emmett County and that information that you're just talking about?
I apologize, Your Honor. We did not speak on that in that review about North Country mental health and the pickup there. But we did talk about the ex parte being denied.
All right, go ahead. Thank you.
So again, Your Honor, we are 9 months removed from this one singular incident. The referee has already determined that that it was appropriate to reinstate parenting time. We've done a gradual ramp up with supervised parenting time. We have had no incidents. The child is still going to counseling. Mr. Wilson is more than ready to bring Amethyst back into his home and address the one situation that kicked off this entire situation. When Miss Hofstra brought up Amethyst's fear of her sleeping arrangements and said that he would not be taking her until she was satisfied with whatever the resolution was. That was the December incident. That's what kicked this off. 9 months later, we don't have a problem. Parenting time with overnights should resume as it was intended to, and we should get Amethyst back on track with her quality time with her father.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Robinson?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I am here today on a appeal of a referee or objection to a referee recommendation. The general rule as to the process for how that is done is new information can be done at today's de novo hearing, but it was also based on a review of Mr. Legal's referee decision. I have reviewed that hearing, and typically the factual determinations of Mr. Legal at that hearing stand unless they were objected to. The objections that were entered by Mr. Blumberg were as to unsupervised parenting time, the immediate effect of the order of Mr. Legal, of referee Legal, and that the defendant, Mr. Wilson, had a serious mental illness that would require a psychological evaluation be ordered by the court. That last one, I believe, has been taken care of through the psychological evaluation that was testified to today. The immediate effect will be addressed by the court today, and the supervised or unsupervised parenting time will be addressed by the court today. Otherwise, I am not changing any of the factual determinations that the referee made. I do agree that there was proper cause and change of circumstances to allow the review of custody and parenting time. I believe that there was a proper review of the best interest factors placed on the record, and I'm not going to change those either. The question becomes whether or not it is appropriate at this time to have supervised or unsupervised parenting time, and whether or not overnights are allowed. So I'm going to say this to start out. This decision of mine would have been made so.
Michelle, thank you so much for the super chat and the pate fee, the late fee. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and it's good to see you. And thank you for subscribing to Grammar School. I do appreciate that. Yeah, where are you at over there? How many have you gotten tonight?
I think like 20.
Oh, we can do much better than that, guys. There are 217 people here. There are more people here than he has subscribers. Go
Yeah,
subscribe to him.
I promise I'm not as mono. Well, I'm pretty monotone, but I promise, like, it's pretty good stuff, you guys. And it's not grammar, by the way. The name is a little bit misleading. Yeah, I think I was at 147, and now I believe I'm at 168.
All right.
Plus,
well,
you can see a live tasing if we hit the goal.
Yeah, we got to get him to 500. 500. And I mean, Alex is the mod over there. She wouldn't mod for somebody who she didn't have faith in. And I wouldn't have him on my channel if I didn't have faith in him. So come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let's
Plus,
go.
I'm hilarious.
And he's hilarious. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I'm just gonna say yes to that. I was trying to think of a joke and I couldn't think of anything to say. I'm not hilarious, so that's not something I say about myself. But he's hilarious. He's fun.
Yeah.
And Sly's a mod over there. You stole Sly? Oh, Sly's cheating on me. Okay.
Honestly, I think even Jedi is. I think Queen
Uh,
Tharina is too. I got overwhelmed one day when you raided me and a bunch of people volunteered, so I just started clicking.
So you're stealing all my mods. All my mods. Otto, thank you so much. Get Grammar to 500. Yes, absolutely. Get Grammar to 500. That's our goal. That's our goal. By the end of the month, we're gonna have him to 500. That's the goal. So he's gonna hit 200 tonight. That's happening. By the end of the week, we're gonna get him to 300, and then we have about a week and a half to get him to 500. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. We want him to get paid from YouTube, right? Let's get him to 500 just so he can. He puts a lot of time in this. For a lot of people don't understand how much time this actually takes. It takes a lot of time. So let's do it. Otto, you're awesome. I just burped in my mouth. That was weird. Otto, thank you so much. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Much easier if Mr. Wilson and quite frankly, Ms. Bondi today displayed the same attitude. If he had had some humility and said, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, it won't happen again. But his attitude throughout the referee hearing and today, and what was echoed by Ms. Bondi, was obfuscation, denial, and failure to answer the attorney's questions and arguing with the attorney, all of which lead me to believe that they don't believe that there is an issue, that the child has an issue, or that there's going to be any change in the parenting ability or response to the child's fears. My review of the video from December 24 was that was a terrifying incident to the child. The child and all of the children in the home could be heard screaming based on the actions of Mr. Wilson. Now I can believe that was I might be convinced at some point that was a one-off, but his continued denial of doing anything at all wrong, his refusal to even answer simple questions like, do you agree or do you disagree with the diagnosis that you were given, his expressed lack of any understanding of what that diagnosis is, and his expressed lack of doing anything to contact the counselor of the child that he was well aware of, doesn't lead me to believe that he's going to take any action at all to correct that behavior. I find it incredibly difficult to understand that much obfuscation and obdurate mental belief. It has been 9 months, and under normal circumstances, I would say 9 months is sufficient for the child's fears to be quelled and to address those issues, to make up with the father, and to have some sort of normalcy back in the home. Ms. McMasters indicated that she believes that about 5 or 6 more months, however, is still required to help the child deal with it, because of the child's young age, is a bit scattered still and doesn't want to focus on those things. It is my belief that the dad and the child both need to deal with these issues. It's clear to me that the dad has not, and it's also clear to me that the child is still trying to. So while the child is dealing with these fears, whether the father believes that they're rational fears or not, they're still the child's fears. They need to be dealt with. Child needs to feel that she's safe at dad's home. That may mean that there is some ongoing additional contact, but right now, until somebody tells me differently, I can't trust Mr. Wilson to do that on his own. It still boggles my mind that he's not willing and has been unable to bring himself to say, I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
I did say that.
What boggles my mind is being a dad of girls. If, let's say I did this exact same thing. I spilled coffee on myself and it caused me to scream and scare my kids. If they were that scared and they didn't want to come stay the night with me, I would address that issue. Hey, if my ex-wife called me and said, hey, they don't want to come stay the night with you because of this incident, I'd be like, okay, well, let's go have lunch and let's talk about it and let's figure it out so we can make this happen. It just blows my mind that the court's involved with this.
Yeah.
I think that's what's in my head. Like, yeah, he didn't touch her. Like, he screamed and it scared her. That's what I'm getting from this case. Because he yelled and he has this deep, booming, deep voice and he scared the crap out of his kid. Like, I understand that. Especially like I said, I'm a father of 2 girls, so I understand how they could get afraid. But yeah, I don't understand why this is involving the court. Why can't the dad just? Yeah, I got a lot of questions now. Now that I'm actually thinking about this case, I've got a lot of questions.
Well, he's probably narcissist too, because I mean, narcissism is coined by a lack of empathy, and I am also a father, and I've got a son and a daughter, and I know that I've probably said or done things that have scared him, but it has immediately been my priority to want to make it better, right? Make them more comfortable, make them happy, make them not scared anymore, and to assure them in some way that it's not going to happen again to the best of my ability. And it sounds like he's just kind of this way in general, and he's probably going to stay this way. And you're right, it has to take a force greater than himself to figure out a different way to resolve it that should be unnecessary for most people.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too. I mean, if so, the courts are involved. Mom is clearly scared, so the kid was staying with dad when this happened. So the kids went and spoke to mom, and then now CPS is involved. I want to watch the video too. Everyone's talking about the video. At first I was like, I don't want to see the video. I don't want to see it, but now I kind of want to do. I kind of want to see it. If everyone's this concerned over it, and the only people that aren't concerned are the defense here, right? The dad's girlfriend, the attorney. Everyone else is concerned, and they're just like, oh yeah, whatever. So, yeah. Okay, let's keep going. We got I paused it for a long time. I mean, if Clip Clap is telling me to push play, we got to push play. I know that was a little bit earlier, Clip Clap. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Neil Morrison, legend. Thank you so much. 18 months, a year and a half. Thank you so much. Good to see you, my friend. Okay, let's finish this one up. We got about 5 minutes left. We can do it. We can do it. I don't know. I don't know because they took a break. And I don't know. I said, I kind of explained this earlier. I didn't realize that they took a break in between part 1 and part 2. I thought this was it. So when I went back and actually saw that part 1 was there and I clicked on the video, they deleted it within like 10 seconds of me opening it. So I didn't realize there was a part 1 until it was way too late. So I have no idea what was in part 1. I really don't. But it may have been. I doubt it though. That's probably something that everyone watched beforehand. Or maybe that's what the break was for. Maybe they watched the video during the break. I don't know. But it was deleted. So, you know who might have it? I can reach out to Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf generally records Hesselink. OSG will. I'll reach out. I'll see what we can find. If I can find it and it's anything worth playing, I'll play it. But I don't really want to play a video that's a dad flipping out and scaring a kid. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to play that, but I understand the willingness to want to watch it to make this case make sense. Anyways, let's keep going.
Mr. Wilson, I don't believe you. That's as simple as I can make it. Your actions in court and your actions on that video speak louder than your words. And I would hope that someone of your obvious mental faculties would understand that when I'm saying you need to say I'm sorry, that there has to be some behavior that goes with that. Just simply mouthing the words is not enough, and it will never be enough. And if you don't understand that, you just give me another reason to not let your child come back on a full-time basis at this point. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to continue, as Mr. Blumberg requested, the parenting time schedule, the weekends, 3 weekends a month from 10 to 6, supervised. Against my better judgment, I'm going to let Ms. Bondi be the supervisor because I don't think anything else would be workable. I don't believe that the mother and the father can get along well enough. And I think it would simply cause more damage to the child to see them fighting or bickering or going off after each other. I don't think that would be a helpful or healthy circumstance. So I'm going to let Ms. Bondi be the supervisor Saturdays and Sundays.
How does that work? His girlfriend's allowed to be the supervisor? That's just kind of, that's unsupervised at that point. When you supervise supervised visitation means an outside party is watching you. You know, otherwise it's just, you're just there. I don't agree. If you're going to have supervised visitation, have it supervised. If a girlfriend's the supervisor, that's no words here.
Days 10 to 6, 3 weekends a month, as outlined by the referee from the friend of the court. In addition to that, counseling is going to continue with Ms. McMasters, and Mr. Wilson can do one of two things. He can either begin counseling with Ms. McMasters if she believes that that's appropriate with her, so that she can have contact with him and assess his level of understanding of the child.
Wasn't she's an assistant to a physical trainer. Isn't that what she does? I feel like that was the point.
Yeah,
she was
that's
an
what she was.
assistant physical trainer.
Yep.
So yeah, I get she's a medical professional, sure, but she's an assistant physical trainer. I feel like that's like, you know, an assistant PE teacher. You know, I shouldn't say that. That's bad. I take that back. I don't. Physical training. There's a lot that goes into physical training. I should not have made that joke. I'm just saying, like, you know what? I'm just gonna retract everything. Let's just
Colin, actually, it's not that bad because I got my my certification to be a physical trainer when I was back in college, and really, like, I know somebody who might be an assistant PE teacher or a assistant physical trainer might take offense to that, but really, it's really not that big of a jump, so I wouldn't feel too bad about it.
Thank you for making me feel better. I just don't like, man. That was a bad joke. I don't understand when I make jokes about things I don't understand. I instantly feel bad, so I don't know what goes into it. I should not make a joke about that. So, but I don't. Yeah, my head sometimes goes places. This is why I'm not funny, and why you should go subscribe to Grammar School instead of me.
Well,
he's the funny one, not me.
And just to clarify something that Jedi mentioned, so I was a physical trainer, not a physical therapist. So she's an assistant physical therapist. It's much different. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anyways, let's finish this one up.
Yeah, you're right. So I kind of take it back. All right.
needs, or he can have counseling with another counselor of his choosing. And then that information can be brought to the court when we have a review hearing in 6 months. Mr. Blumberg, is there any other request that you would make of the court?
No, Judge. Would you like me to prepare the order reflecting in your ruling?
I will. Let me ask Ms. Robinson if she has anything else that she would like to add at this point.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Please, Mr. Blumberg, contact the clerk's office, get a date for the 6 months review, and set that in your order if you would, please. And then set out the requirements of this, that I have taken the factual findings of the referee and held them in full force and effect for this ruling. And for the reasons stated on the record, have made the ruling that I have and put that in writing as well.
I will
All
do
right,
that.
that's all for today then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. That's it. That's all I got. That is it for the night. We went an hour and a half tonight. Grammar school, I blame you. I blame you for going late.
It's fair. It's fair.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. It's good hanging out with you. I don't really know what else to say. I was promoting your channel more than my own tonight, so hopefully you get some subs. I will keep pushing your channel all month. We're gonna get you to 500 by the end of September. Hopefully sooner.
And if you guys aren't familiar with Colin's channel, but no, I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you reaching out to me on this one, because that just says a lot, and you've been supportive for me from the very start. I've got a couple projects I think people are gonna like. I'm doing the Sovereign Citizen 101 thing, where I'm mixing either court or body cam with one of the OG Sovereign Citizen script writers, and I think maybe Sovereign Citizen Encounters might help me close it out with kind of like a documentary thing that I'm going to do. And I don't know, I'd say I have like kind of a mix between body cam and court. It's like 90% body cam with a little court, but I look for some things that you might not see on most body cam channels, at least some of the time. But so I try to mix it up a little bit. But I really appreciate the support, and you're the man.
Well, thank you, and you're welcome. No, you're awesome. You're awesome. I will always support people that are genuine. So you keep doing you, and we're gonna do our best to get you to a place where you will start growing naturally. It's really hard at first. It's very difficult. So once you start, your foot starts pressing the dirt a little bit, it's all gonna go. Credence and Mikey. Week 2. This is Credence and Mikey. This is Mikey. This isn't Credence. This is not Credence. This is Mikey. Mikey's coming in. Good to see you, Mikey. Talking shit. Fantasy football. Yep, week 2. I don't play you this week though, Mikey. Just wait till I play you. You're going down, man. You're going down. I'm taking the crown this year. I beat the crap out of Team Skeptic last week, and he was the winner last year. So I beat the crap out of him. Mikey, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. Anyways, thank you for the super chat, Mikey. I do appreciate it. Anyways, Grammar School, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. This was a blast. Next time I bring you up, I'll make a video where we can laugh a little bit instead of a super serious one. This was more of a serious one. I usually don't cover these kind of cases, but I thought this one was good, so yeah, I just rolled with it.
It was good.
Yeah. Any last words before I cut it?
Yeah, just went up to 181, so I almost went up to 40 subs in the last hour. So you guys are so awesome, and I know most of the screen names in this chat. You guys are just freaking awesome.
Boom.
Welcome to all the new ones.
Hopefully, when you wake up tomorrow, you'll be over 200, and then, like I said, 200 by tomorrow. We'll get you. We're gonna aim for 500 by the end of the month. Mikey can help. Mikey, great. I don't know if you met Grammar School. Grammar School, do you know Mikey?
I don't think I know. I've heard of Credence and Mikey. I think I actually might subscribe No, I don't know. I don't know if we've crossed paths yet.
Not yet, Dan. Not yet, Dan. That's the very last line. But I'm glad that you already know it. That's it. That's all I got. Yeah, Mikey's awesome. Yeah, jump over there one day, while he's live. He goes live generally like 5, 6, between like 4 and 6 in that window. So if you see him live, just jump over there. And
Yeah.
just say hi. Like he has a great channel. But yeah, as Dan just said, that's it. That's all I got. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Bacon, thank you so much for the raid. I do appreciate it. Thank you everybody for the super chats, the membership milestones, the gifted memberships, and as always, my mods are awesome. Thank you so much for all your hard work, mods. I know I don't thank you every night. You have the most thankless job in YouTube, and I do appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. I am going to look for someone to raid. Who are you a fan of anyone, Grammar? You want me to raid anybody?
I'm a fan of everybody. Let's see here. Let's see.
I've got KFAR, KDZ, and Lone Wolf for the 3 options. We did KDZ on Wednesday. We did Lone Wolf last night. Should we do KFAR tonight?
Yep. Yeah. Let's do KFAR. It's gonna be the same
let's
thing
do
as going to
KFAR.
KDZ, but yeah, go to KFAR.
Yeah, we'll do KFAR. All right, you guys are awesome. One last time, if you're not subscribed over at Grammar School, why not? His channel is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. He's an awesome dude. Go watch him. You're gonna have some laughs. He watches a lot of body cam in courts, and they laugh at people. And the chat's awesome too, because apparently he's taking my mod. I know that's a joke. That's a joke. You guys are awesome. But for real this time, that's it. That's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Bye.
Yeah, Mr. Blumberg, if you contact Jenny Wagner, she'll have the date for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.